Good evening and welcome to the Bitter Knitters podcast. It is February the 14th, 2018, Valentine's Day. My name is Jacqueline. Arthur's here.
Hey.
I guess we're Valentines, Arthur, since we're spending the evening together.
I guess.
Now, do you celebrate Valentine's Day normally, or?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, me either.
Just dumb.
Now, is your wifey okay with that, or is she kind of like, you should do some stuff for Valentine's for me?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, neither of us give two shits about it. Like,
yeah, I always say Scott lucked out because I'm like one of the least romantic people in the world, really. And I don't care about Valentine's Day. I don't even really care about our anniversary that much. We celebrate it, but I don't care.
Yeah, the most we do for our anniversary, I mean, this year was different, 15, so we decided, we'll go to Germany to celebrate, but we normally just go for fucking dinner. It's nothing special, and it's not like we go to like a fancy steakhouse or anything. We go to like a chain restaurant. Just neither
a lot of times I cook because I prefer what I cooked.
Same here. I can cook better than most restaurants I go to.
Yeah, like if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm having a steak. Scott can barbecue me a steak better than any restaurant can. If I want a roast, I can make a roast better than any restaurant can. So unless I'm going to a place like a Chinese place, obviously they're going to make Chinese better than I can. But
I find it weird, the emphasis that people put on it. To me, it's always kind of like a last ditch kind of grab at like showing your affection.
Yeah.
That, or I look at it like, especially in the last few years, Facebook has really kind of blown up with these like over sentimentized kind of, Valentines and shit like that. Like, and to me, it's so cringy because again, you're not like, to me, it's not genuine. Like you're not showing genuine love or anything like that to that person. You're showing off. You're showing off for all your internet.
Look what my man/woman did for me. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna string all these pointless fucking words together. And make this huge, big, long, fucking drawn out kind of post about nothing, really. Like it equates to fucking nothing, like every time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you're not. This isn't genuine. Like this isn't genuine. You're not genuinely in love with this person. You're doing it solely for the internet likes.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like the thing that's always bothered me about Valentine's Day was like if you didn't have somebody on Valentine's, what a complete loser you are.
Yeah. Right.
If you had somebody and they didn't do enough, especially in the man's case, that the man didn't do enough, what a loser you have for a man, right? Like if he doesn't go out and spend $100 on roses and then another $100 on a meal, and don't forget the chocolates and the stuffed teddy, he doesn't love you enough.
No, fuck that shit.
I fucking hate that shit. Stop putting pressure on men and then on women too, because now you have to brag about it, right? Because if you don't brag about it, you're not proud of your man.
Yeah. Well, for one, I like fucking chocolate. Why aren't you buying me fucking chocolate?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can keep the flowers unless it's flowers for like my garden, and then I'll plant them motherfuckers. But like, I like shit. Like, why the fuck is it all put on me?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what's unfair about it. That like, the emphasis is on the man to spend a lot of money. The woman, of course, is supposed to give the guy a card or a blowjob or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe some backdoor action because it's a holiday.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not a real holiday. And if you love somebody, show them every day you love them. I mean, I'm not saying you have to bring them a bouquet of flowers every day.
No,
but
hell no.
Take out the garbage without the masking. Maybe bring them home a chocolate bar when you're out shopping. Like little things like that are the things that show you the person cares about you. You know?
I guess like definitely more so than, just waiting for this one specific day out of the year and to just kind of get it out there when the rest of the year you're sitting there fucking talking down to each other, calling each other the lowest of the fucking low. And then,
let me tell you, if Scott came home with $60 roses, I would smack him upside the head. I'd be like, that could have been a lot of food.
Exactly. Like that's a good, like that's grocery money right there. The fuck is wrong with you? Or in my case, like beer money. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I've just never been that kind of person. And I'm not to say that people shouldn't like those things. If you like that, I think that's all well and good. But like, don't put the pressure on each other as a couple to like, quote, prove your love.
Well, that and like the fact that, for me, again, like we can tell that it's not genuine. Like everybody that's like, on your Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're making these big, long, drawn out kind of fucking posts, we know that this is just genuine. Like it's so easy to tell that this is just a show you're putting on for the internet. You know what I mean? Give that shit a fucking rest.
Yeah.
Like either, buy the farm or fuck off kind of deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like do it for real or just stop. Like fuck out of here. I don't know. It bugs me when people are in relationships I can't say like it bugs me that you're in a relationship because I'm so sad. Nothing like that. It's just I just find a lot of what people do, especially now, it's just for fucking show.
Yeah.
You know, and it just it bothers me, again, being someone who's been in a long-term relationship with relatively zero fucking issues, and I'm sitting here thinking, going, well, we don't do any of this stuff. Like, and we don't
because you
treat
don't need
each other.
You guys are, you know, your relationship is in a place where you don't need to like.
But it's always been that way. It's not like that we grew to here. This is just it. Like this is
even
how
in the beginning. I mean, the first couple of Valentines, he'd buy me little things, but it was never like a crazy thing where he spent $200 on Valentine's Day or some shit like that.
No, fuck that nonsense. I informed Liz like immediately. Like I don't do this. Like I don't care about it. If you do and you get upset, that's your own fucking beef. Like I don't give a shit.
Buy your own flowers, baby.
Yeah, like exactly. I don't fucking care. Like. Luckily, she's not, you know, a psychopath, and you know, I kept all my bits and pieces while I was sleeping.
Yeah,
she didn't rain a bob at me.
Now, for a more significant holiday to me, Pancake Tuesday. I love. Did you do Pancake Tuesday?
No, we had pancakes. When the hell did we do it? Saturday, I think.
Yeah,
because again, it's just. I'm not waiting a fucking year for me to pancakes for dinner. Like if I want pancakes for dinner,
I do breakfast for dinner all the time.
All the fucking time. It's the best.
I worked, so I couldn't make pancakes for dinner.
Yeah.
So I made them for breakfast this morning for myself. Screw everybody else in the house.
No, I noticed my mom did. My mom posted a bunch of pictures, which
I saw.
You know, like I don't remember her making me fucking pancakes on Pancake Tuesday, but you know, whatever. Whatever. I guess I won't cry about it, but. You know? Now
I saw something. I don't know if it's true because Fat Tuesday is Mardi Gras, and in New Orleans, of course, that's the big, you know, the festival leading up to Lent. Did you see how much garbage they said? That there was 7 million pounds of garbage at the end? Is that what it was, or 1.7?
I wouldn't doubt it. Did we not talk about them cleaning up the storm drains?
No.
Oh, I must have just read this article on Reddit then. So within it was like a fucking 6-block kind of section of the French Quarter. They had crews out there cleaning the storm drains, and they found like fucking 1 billion pounds of beads. Just beads.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Did you see the video of the McDonald's restaurant after the fucking celebration? Oh my god, like there is easily 400, 500 pounds of garbage just on the floor of this McDonald's. Like it was disgusting.
People, you know, we've talked about this before. Okay, I know you're in a party place. I know it's Mardi Gras. Take your garbage back to your house or your hotel and dump it nicely in the garbage. Don't dump it on the ground, you fucking animals. Come on.
It's one of the things that's always kind of ticked me off is the it's not my job mentality when you're at like one of these, you know, fast food restaurants, and you see it all the time. Like this isn't indicative of fucking North America or anything.
I see it in Scarborough and Toronto, absolutely.
You know, and it's absolutely disgusting to me because most of the people that act that way or treat these restaurants these way are the same people that go to the counter and complain about how filthy it is or how fucking, you know, I got fucking 4.5 nuggets and I paid for 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here.
I had one time at work. No, I work in a grocery store that's not a top of the line grocery store. It is a lower class grocery store. But somebody had come and they bought a bag of sugar and it spilled everywhere. Yeah. And I was trying to clean it up, and then my next customers came and they didn't want to wait for me to finish cleaning it up. Yeah. Then they had the nerve to stand there and be like, "Oh, this store is always so dirty." And I'm like, "You see me cleaning it."
Yeah, like I'm in the process of cleaning.
Maybe if customers didn't leave their coffee cups all over the store or food everywhere, it would be a lot tidier. You guys are the ones making the mess. If you don't want something, give it to the cashier or put it back where you got it. Don't leave a can of freaking frozen juice, you know, in the cereal aisle.
Oh, I love seeing that. Like, not in the actual sense, but I mean, it's always been funny to me. Like, I'm sitting there grocery shopping, and all of a sudden I see like a pack of fucking steak down in the baked good aisles, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, why would you do that? Like, you've now rendered this food garbage. This, like, this
unless we catch it within the first 5 minutes, it's done.
It can't be sold now. So thanks a lot, dickhead. Like, thanks a lot, you lazy piece of fucking shit.
My job is to go around and find that stuff, and I can't believe some of the stuff I find. Like, people will put stuff right in behind groceries, like on the shelf, so you can't even see it as you're walking by. You know, you have to literally search for it. One time, I found frozen juice. So you know they're always in the stand-up freezer doors, right? Yeah. They literally put it on the display right behind where they would have had to open the door. They couldn't even put it right back in the same spot.
Oh God, people are just so fucking arrogant.
They are. It's like that entitlement that people have, you know? And I mean, I know everybody says that white people have entitlement. Let me tell you, anybody in a grocery store thinks the customer's always right, and every single person thinks that they have the entitlement to treat the employees like shit. Yeah. I don't take that. Trust me. I don't take it.
This level of entitlement, like that kind of shit, falls well beyond fucking racial borders, though. Like way beyond racial
every
borders.
Single person does it. Trust me.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
Single person,
like there's
type, color.
Yeah,
everybody.
this isn't something that's indicative of any race. Like this is just the scum of fucking how people are, and people are scummy. Like I don't give two shits about your race, religion, any of that. Like you're scum, just like the fucking rest of us. Like
exactly.
Or there's people within your you know, the demographic you claim are scummy as the rest of us.
So quickly, just before we move on to stories, I just was now neither of us, of course, are practicing Catholics.
Nope.
But if you were to give up something for Lent, what would you give up? Now remember, it has to be something serious that it would be hard for you to, because it's a sacrifice. Lent is a sacrifice.
Yeah,
right?
But what do I get out of this?
I'm saying in theory, Arthur. I know you're not gonna really do it. I'm not giving up anything for Lent either.
But in theory, what do I get out of it?
The idea is that you're getting God's, you know, love and respect for showing him your sacrifice. I know you don't care about that, but if you were faithful to the Jesus, what would you give up?
Fuck, this is a hard one. This is a stump. Yeah. Like I'm stumped.
Like I mean, I know people who give up drinking, and then they always fail.
Yeah.
They give up chocolate. I mean, the only thing I really like is food and the internet. So I ain't giving up those two things. Yeah. I don't drink, so I don't care. I don't know. Maybe try to stop swearing. Maybe that would be my thing.
No, I was gonna say that's not happening for me. Fucking me are like, you know, we are the bestest of friends.
Synonymous.
Yeah, like you're not taking fuck away from me. I'm sorry, it's just not. I will fight you to fucking death if you try to take fuck away from me. I don't know what I'd give up. Like,
well, I mean, I doubt it would be smoking.
I mean, if it was that fucking easy and I could use the power of fucking Christ to do it, then boom. Like, I'll fucking convert tomorrow. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't even care. Fuck everything I've said against it. Like,
imagine tomorrow you woke up and you're not smoking. You'd be like, Jesus came for me.
Straight up. Like, I'd be a TV fucking evangelical at that point in time. Like, you would hate me. You would fucking hate me.
We'd have to sever this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What, you wouldn't give up coffee?
Fuck no. No, like that's the thing. Like I understand that it's supposed to be like a true sacrifice, like something that sucks. So I mean, smoking coffee, you know, petting my dog, even like something like that. That'd be fucking hard for me to accomplish.
Yeah.
But no, fuck you.
Yeah, like, it would be hard. I mean, I couldn't give up potato chips. I could give up chocolate because I don't really care that much about it. So I could give up like chocolate, but I would need my potato chips.
No,
like,
I'd want to cut a deal. I'd have to cut a deal. Like you stop murdering children with cancer, and I'll give something up that I really love. Like I will fucking quit playing music for the rest of my fucking life. You stop giving little kids cancer.
Only Arthur would bargain with God.
Straight up, fuck you, bud.
Okay, so we've got what he's giving up for Lent. Nothing.
Nothing. Fuck you.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's start talking about some stories. I wanted to talk. This one you sent to me. I hadn't heard this. I thought this was a great story to talk about because we're getting a lot of super viruses that are immune to the antibiotics that we have, and nobody has been researching or making new antibiotics for decades because they thought we had everything in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. It's been working, right? So
So now Rockefeller University. They found some antibiotics or promising antibiotics in soil. And I guess there's thousands of things in soil that people hadn't looked at previously, but it worked really good on that superbug MRSA. Is that what they call it? MRSA?
Yeah, MRSA. Yeah, MRSA. Yeah, which is great. Like that's absolutely great. I just enjoyed that article just at the fact of it's somewhere we never thought of looking, and we've now found antibiotics that we didn't even know existed. And I mean, again, if you are someone that kind of pays attention to anything, really, you've obviously had to have heard about, you know, mutating bacteria and viruses that are resistant to, you know, even the strongest antibiotics that we know. Yeah. And for me, that's a scary thought. Like it is, you know, knowing that the medicine that we've relied on for so long isn't 100% anymore is a terrifying thought, especially now that getting older and knowing that I am now more susceptible to serious sicknesses and shit like that.
You're in the hospital for something, you end up with this C. difficile, and now the antibiotics are completely ineffectual.
Yeah, and you're done, you know, you're screwed.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was really cool.
That's fantastic. And like they said, there's like potentially millions
because we have no
microorganisms in there. I mean, look, our first antibiotic, penicillin, came from mold. So it makes sense that there would be stuff in the soil, but just nobody ever thought of it, right? So, but Arthur, I can't hear you if you disappeared on me, maybe. So we'll go on and we'll talk about the next story while I look for Arthur. I don't know where he is. This article came out last week. It's kind of a funny one. This is another one Arthur sent me. I did read it previously and thought about it, but I hadn't put it on the show. But here we go. Somebody is sending Amazon sex toys and gifts to strangers. Unsolicited packages. One person in this story that's featured, her name is Nikki. She got a sex toy in an Amazon box. She thought she got the wrong thing, but it wasn't the wrong thing. It was sent to her by somebody. She doesn't know who. She also got some headphones. She got a Bluetooth device, like lots of different things. Some of them are fairly pricey, so she's worried about it. But, you know, she tried to backtrack on it and asked Amazon who it was coming from. And they said, oh, they can't tell her because it's private. But she's like, if they're sending me stuff, you know, you need to tell me where it is, who's doing it. So I just heard from Arthur, he's lost all internet connection, of course, which leaves me here talking to myself, which is not fun for anybody. But I'll continue on. So she's contacted the police because Amazon is not willing to help her. And she's pretty fearful, understandably, that possibly she's being cyberstalked. This person has her address. She doesn't know if it's completely by fluke, he just keyed in an address and sent it to her, or if, you know, they specifically know her from where she lives. And she's worried they're in the same town with her. She lives alone with another female roommate, and understandably, she's worried that possibly, you know, they could come for her at some point. I don't know. I was asking Arthur before the call. I don't know if the packages came specifically addressed with her name, but it does look like whoever was doing it is definitely trying to guard their identity. He used a fake phone number. He used a fake address, and apparently the credit card information does not match the person that sent it out's billing information. So looks like this person is definitely trying to hide his identity. I don't know how many other people are getting it. I think other people are getting gifts too, which is really kind of strange. You know, but it's kind of funny. You know, like when I first heard this, I laughed because I thought, oh my gosh, if somebody sent me free stuff, I'd be so happy. You know, send me everything. Oh, Arthur's back. Thank goodness.
I am back.
I'm filling the void, which is talking about. I just gave the basic details of the Amazon story. So I was just saying, when I first heard it, I thought, oh my gosh, yes, send me everything. I'll take someone's sex toy. I'll take, you know, a pair of headphones. I can use stuff.
I love free shit.
Can use stuff, yeah. But like I said, it's kind of scary if you don't know the person's intent or where they are.
Oh, the whole thing's creepy as hell. Like the whole scenario is like it's terrifying, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because again, like you don't know if this is targeted.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if it's just some random asshole that has an extra couple $100 and just thought, you know, hey, I'm gonna go fuck with somebody, and you know, I'm looking at more the route of like this is some creepy fucking dude that, you know, this is how he's secret admiring this person, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Some guys are like that, and they don't realize they're creepy when they are. I mean, we've talked about this previously. Some guys don't realize what they're doing is super creepy.
Oh fuck yeah! I've witnessed it for forever through some of my friends coming up in high school and stuff, and just watching them and how they try to interact with girls was just super, super creepy. And I used to always try to say to them, you know, they're just human beings. Like they're human beings who have different genitals, man. Like that's it. Like just talk to them like you would any other fucking person. But no, No, I'm gonna take the weird route, and I'm gonna write you these like fucking huge, long, fucking like Shakespearean fucking soliloquies and shit.
Which were fine 300 years ago, but
Yeah, like
now
that's
people just want, like, a text.
yeah. Send a text, a couple emojis, throw a meme in there. You know, if the kids are all about fucking Tide Pods, make a joke about that. I don't fucking know, but like, you definitely don't have to, send them vibrators to their house fucking without their knowledge.
Yeah. So she did get a subpoena.
Yeah.
For the information. But so far, I think she said that they would have to mail. She has to mail in her subpoena. But they haven't listened to her. Nobody's done anything.
Yeah. Well,
apparently, this has happened to quite a few people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's just it can be difficult to pinpoint who did this, like who the perpetrator of this is, because like I was saying before the show started, right? If they're using a VPN, they're pretty much anonymous, right? They're you can't trace their IP number or their IP address at that point in time, which is really like the only way we can kind of trace somebody on the internet and find out who's being a completely abhorrent fucking dickhead.
Yeah. Oh, so what someone's theory is that because Amazon requires these companies that they use, right, to make sure that it's real people that are buying it and sending it, because the incentive is that people could just ship their products out to people and then possibly our dummy accounts, and then give the product a 5-star review to help them, get raised higher in Amazon and Google searches.
Yep, 100%. And people will do that. Like, I mean, I can't even say that I'd be above doing something like that. If there's anything I can do to tilt the scales in my favor, especially within realms of like my business, I'd do it. I mean, it might be unethical as fucking hell, but I mean, most of us would do it. Like,
it's not. I mean, I wouldn't really consider it unethical. It'd be like, finding a loophole. Yeah,
but I mean, even that, it's shady in business, right? Like it's a shady move in business, right? So if that's the case, and like that's kind of what's going on, then I mean, it's shady, but it's definitely a lot less menacing at that point.
Yeah,
right? It's not just some weird secret admirer. If I could,
some of the other things. So a student at Canadian Ryerson University got a vibrator. A student union at the University of Regina got a male sex toy called a fleshlight. An Amazon source said sex toys, for some reason, had made up a sizable portion of the packages. That's coming from the Daily Beast website. That's so funny. That's great. I guess this month apparently. I guess it's probably somebody out there just fucking around with people.
Fucking around, yeah. They probably sold their share in Bitcoin, and they're just trying to share the love a little bit, like.
Or maybe they just get their jollies out of like fucking freaking people out. Like, oh, somebody's there now getting that fleshlight. It's been delivered, and now they're gonna be like, what the hell?
Because I mean. In all reality, like it is kind of harmless. Like I can understand somebody feeling threatened by it. Like I do kind of understand
like Nikki specifically, because she's been getting quite a few things.
Yeah, like that's weird, right?
But like just being at your university and getting one gift randomly would be like, whoa, that's kind of funny.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah. If you're listening, send me everything. I have no problem getting a fleshlight. I have people I can give it to. I'll take a robot sex doll. I can do something with that.
Yeah.
And send me a Tesla. I mean, if you got enough money, send me a Tesla. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I can do it. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want a Tesla because I don't want to fucking get a charging station hooked up at the house. That's a lot of money.
I'll just go charge it. There's one over by my work at the Tim Hortons. They put one in. So I'll just go charge it there.
There's a few over by the General Motors plant, but I'm fairly certain they won't work on a Tesla. I'm pretty sure they're just there for their concepts.
Oh, their ones. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's still bullshit. Man, I mean, I don't know. I find it funny. Like, I think it's funny. I think it'd be a fun prank to play on somebody that I knew even. Yeah. Like a good friend of mine, like I would absolutely send him male sex toys.
That'd be so funny.
I would absolutely do it, and I would piss myself
only
laughing.
To have enough money to start sending random sex toys to people.
Yeah.
Just send all the vibrators or dildos, to like somebody you didn't like, just like constant dildos.
Yeah. Or like, if there's somebody on your Facebook list that might be a homophobe, just make sure you send them ones with like very, very homoerotic packaging.
Yes. The Justin Bieber blow up doll.
Exactly. We used to do shit like that for my one buddy's birthday. We would just get him the most like abhorrent kind of gag fucking sex shit we could find. And what was that store, like San Diego or San Francisco or some shit like that. It was some weird gag fucking store. And yeah, we were bad with that. Like, we were always getting him this, like, the most disgusting fucking shit we could find for his birthday. Gosh. That's what fucking friends do.
That's so funny. Yeah, that is what friends do.
That's what friends do. You
gotta stick it to them.
Exactly.
I don't know. You want to talk about the schools next? Like, there's these 3 schools. Actually, let's quickly. I just want to say, you know, I'm not sending my thoughts and prayers to the people in Florida. It's horrible. 17 people now confirmed dead in the Florida school shooting. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Guys, you need legislation. Something has to happen. That town was voted the safest town in Florida last year.
Yeah.
And now 17 people are dead. And possibly more, because there's at least 15 injured.
Yeah. From what I was seeing, apparently there was a bunch of red flags all over his social media that's now been removed. Like, his whole social media has been blocked to the public.
Yeah.
From what I've been reading, there was a lot of red flags. Like, essentially him saying, I mean, not as much as like saying, hey, I'm going to go kill a bunch of people at my former school, but it was kind of along those lines. Like, there's a lot of red flags, and it's upsetting to me that in the States that there's so much freedom to the point where you can't even be checked on that. You know what I mean? Like, which, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, they need to have like a reform on what they consider freedom or anything like that, but it's odd to me that it was kind of just allowed to be ignored. Like, you know, if you see red flags like that, where somebody's, you know, really, really kind of showcasing the fact that they might be a little bit unhinged, and, you know, you should fucking speak up. Like,
it's not a betrayal to that person, because in the long run, you're helping them.
Well, I don't even look at it in the scope of the person. Like, to me, it's more like they refuse to speak up because now they're speaking out against their beloved Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. I understand. Like, the Second Amendment is what it is. Like, it's an uninfringible right that Americans have to carry guns. But to sit there and kind of, you know, say, hey, you know, something's fucking wrong here. This guy's, you know, displaying a lot of red flags, and, you know, his gun should probably be taken away from him before something fucking completely fucking disgusting happens. Yeah. I mean, that's just moral. That's what you should fucking do.
This is happening on the same day that the guy crashed into the NSA building at in Massachusetts or Maryland? Maryland. And there was a shooting. I didn't read the story because I just couldn't stomach it. And then it's also the same day that a guy had a knife in France and was trying to stab people. Yeah. Now, with the knife, even if he gets 1 or 2 people, at least you're going to stop him before he kills 17 freaking people. Yeah. You know? And
I hate it. Like, I can't. This debate has always bugged me because I'm not anti-gun. I've never been anti-gun. I will never be anti-gun.
I'm not anti-gun either. Yeah.
But I am absolutely one for gun control, and I mean, unfortunately, the Second Amendment in the U.S. has to be reformed. It has.
And this guy's making all kinds, like you said, red flags. There should be something that people can go in, and when you start making threats or saying creepy things or scary things, alerting things, you should be able to go in there and say, okay, we're going to take custody of your guns until you have a mental check.
Right.
Once your mental check is cleared, you can have your guns back. Something, because this is a needless death. Needless 17, potentially more deaths.
Right.
You know?
And, like, it's just weird. Like, he was a former student at that school. One currently, but he was formerly. So it's, you know, there's a few layers there to me that it's just, the whole thing just seems odd. Like, I'm not going to go the Alex Jones route and fucking deny and say it's a false flag. Although I know those they're coming soon. Like,
they are.
You know,
somebody always says it.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Obama and Hillary did it to, you know.
Yeah, this guy fucking knew something. He knew something about the Clinton Foundation.
The Pizzagate, yeah.
Yeah, right. But
so, I mean, we've talked to death about gun control, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more because it's going to happen again. This is a way of life in America. Sadly.
Well, and that's it. You know, it's just such a prevalent fucking matter, and I don't believe that everyone should be stripped of their firearms, but I definitely believe if you're not fucking mentally stable, like I don't think you should have the right to a gun, like, flat out.
Look, and we realized that people would get through the cracks. Somebody like the Las Vegas shooter, that he probably would have got through the cracks and been allowed to have his guns anyway.
You know,
but you know, this guy seems a little scarier, and he probably shouldn't have had access to guns.
Yeah. And I mean, now there's a bunch of dead fucking children, and it's just going to be funny to me to, in the next couple of days, to see the people on my social media feeds defend it.
Yeah. You know? Now, do you think he specifically chose Valentine's Day because maybe he's a lonely in love, a loser that couldn't get a girl?
Hey, you never know. You never know, right? Like, without a full-out confession, you know, we're not going to know.
He is alive. He didn't kill himself, and he didn't get killed, so we may get some answers.
And that should be fun, too, to hear the cries of racism at the fact that the police didn't have to kill him to take him down. Because, again, like, these arguments, for some reason nowadays, they all go hand in hand, right? You can't bring up one without another argument being dredged up. Nobody can seem to stay on topic, and the topic, as far as I'm concerned, is reform of the Second Amendment.
But a lot of mass shooters, a lot of times they're killed by their own hands. I know that you get a lot of these kids. I know this is a man, but a lot of times when it's these kids that are doing the shootings, they get them. They don't have to kill them. No,
I think a lot of it is, and I kind of thought this after the shooting that happened in the theater during the Batman screening.
Yeah.
Where they know going in what they're doing, right? Like they know going in they're there to murder people. Once they're done, they don't feel the need to get into it with the police, right? Like their mission, I guess, if you want to call it that, it's been achieved.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no reason for the shootout. There's no reason for the resisting arrest.
Yeah.
You know, because
a lot of times they want to be famous. They want to go down in history. They want to see what's the outcome is. Not everybody is death by cop.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to live, so they're not going to resist arrest once the cops show up.
Because I thought about that a lot after Dylan Roof, because there was a lot of people. I can't remember what the famous case was just before that. I mean, obviously it was a black guy killed by the police unarmed. I can't remember which one, which, I mean, again, says a lot.
Well, it was the year where it was like every couple days.
Every couple days. Like every couple days, the cops were abusing their power, right? So it was hard for me to keep track of who it was. But, there was a lot of parallels being drawn. Like, oh, well, you see how, like, this right here is a showcase of racism because they didn't kill this guy, but this guy died. And, I mean, this kid went in there for the reason of murdering them and to be caught. You know what I mean? There wasn't, but I mean, you can't say that kind of shit because then you're kind of denouncing someone else's struggle or, and you don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to sit there and, belittle the suffering of somebody or the injustice of, somebody being fucking killed, like by the police with, no fucking warning, no nothing really.
Yeah.
It's,
but I mean, it is a completely different circumstance because in the case of Dylan Roof, he gave up completely. In the cases with these young men that were killed, it wasn't the same situation. The cops, whether they were racist, shot these guys, without any real reason. Yes,
exactly.
In their minds or their explanations, they thought they were in fear for their life, so they did it. I'm not saying it's right. I 100% believe those guys should be in jail.
No, 100%, yeah.
It's a completely different situation. If Dylan Roof's standing there with his hands up and no gun in his hand when they enter the church, what are they going to do?
Right?
They can't just start shooting.
No. But it was an interesting conversation, and I know because of this, the conversation is going to be brought up again.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
It's been a couple of years since the last time I seen it, so I'm actually kind of intrigued to know how people are going to treat it now, since they've had a few years to rehearse their talking points and shit like that, right?
Yeah, and I would assume also when these cops showed up today, and in Dylan Roof's case, there was probably like 20 plus cops. Not just one or two cops on the scene where a lot of these black guys are killed. Yeah,
exactly. It's the first responding officer is the one dealing with it, right? And it definitely adds another layer to the the trying to understand what actually happened and the reasoning behind it. But no, this kind of shit needs to stop. Like it's so fucking insane to me that school shootings still go on, And one of the things that really, I mean, it made me fucking break out laughing hysterically a little while ago. I was reading an article saying how, we need to take all metal detectors out of all schools because, they're racist.
Yeah.
Really? You know, guns are made of metal. Like, it's just, to me, that was just like the stupidest
same thing.
fucking
They take the cops
out
of the high school and, granted, my kids went to a school that didn't have a cop in it. But if they were to go to the local school here, there
Yeah.
was a cop in it, and I would have been quite happy for them to go to that school and have the cop there. Because the cop, and the cops weren't just like there to police the schools. Yes, that was their main job. But the cops here, they were doing outreach work. They were they had a DJ class where they were helping kids learn how to DJ.
Right on.
When you can interact with young kids, they learn not to fear the police.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish my high school had a fucking, a safety officer or whatever the fuck they're called. I mean, it probably would have kept that fucking idiot from bringing a gun to school.
Yeah.
I mean, now luckily, he didn't get to use it. He kept saying, "Oh, it's for protection. I got guys from Scarborough coming out, blah, 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 whatever. I don't give a fuck." He still brought a loaded handgun into a fucking public high school. Yeah. You're garbage as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm all for that kind of shit. Like, public safety, especially safety of kids, to me is paramount. Like, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care. I don't give two shits if you want to quote fucking like, imperial fucking races or whatever the fuck you want. I'm not even just
talking about, in the quote ghetto inner city schools. You know what? I don't care if you live in the suburbs of freaking some fancy rich neighborhood. You should still have, because look at the Columbine High School. Those were fairly wealthy kids.
Yeah, they were like that was a the upper middle class, high school, and
if they had gun, security at the doors, possibly that would have prevented something, because maybe they would have got stopped at the entrances, and even if there was a shootout at the entrances, you might not have had so many kids murdered.
Yeah. It's just fucking nuts. It's nuts to me.
It's insane that my kids, and I'm sure you had to too, had to go through school shooting safety class, what to do in the case. I never had that. We had fire alarms. That was it.
I always got really, really mad when they would do the school shooting drills or the bomb threat drills. Like, I got really mad because they always taught us to go hide in a corner. Yeah. No, that's shooting fish in a barrel. And at that point in time,
that's exactly what happened in Sandy Hook.
Yeah. But, in that moment in time, if my life's on the line, like, no offense to the educators, no offense to the superintendents or whomever is in charge of that school, go fuck yourself. What you think isn't prevalent to me anymore.
Now, I'm running out the fucking door if
exactly.
I
don't give a shit what you're saying to me.
Out the window somewhere. I'll break it. Like, because, my high school, we had a second floor. Yeah. Right? But I still would have took the chance to do a hang drop.
Oh, fuck
Even if I break my ankle, I'll crawl somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid play. Like, it really is. Like, taking your own life in your hands is not the smartest fucking way of going about it. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and have some fucking dickhead
I get not running through the hallways.
Yeah.
That's
that makes sense.
Danger. But I mean, a lot of, I don't know about where you went to high school. My high school, a lot of the classrooms had doors, fire doors. Right? So I would just run out the fire door out to the back of the school, or literally open the window and go out the window, because we had windows that open.
We didn't. No, we were allowed to have windows that open.
Oh.
Somebody did something stupid and ruined it for everybody.
Of course.
Right? No, that needs to be done. This kind of shit needs to stop. Like, it absolutely needs to stop.
How many children's lives have to die before something's done? Let's go on. Let's talk about more students. Okay. So where's this school? In Ogden, Utah, Canesville Elementary School. They're having their Valentine's dance today. Yeah. And the school has decided, and all the tweens that are going are not allowed to say no to somebody if they ask them to dance.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. What message are you sending? That you don't have control over your body and who gets to touch it? And
I have to consent to everybody in order to fucking appease everybody's feelings. Like, I'm sorry. Jerry's a fucking creep that likes to pick his fucking nose and rub the fucking boogers behind his ears. I don't want him fucking near me. Like, go fuck yourself. I don't know. Fuck this shit. Like, fuck this shit. Fuck people that believe this shit. Like, you're stupid. You're ruining everything.
And you're teaching, especially girls and boys, about consent. Yeah. What message are you sending? That the girls have to say yes?
Right.
That boys, can force themselves on a girl because even if she says no, he has to dance with her? Right. Like, no, that's disgusting. Guys are already creeping when you go to a bar. Yeah. Right? Now high school and junior school, when you do your dances, not quite as creepy. You don't have as many slow dances and stuff. But, this is the message we're sending to people and to children. Yeah. Fuck you. And I get the reason is being because they don't want somebody isolated. But you know what? We all got rejected at some point in our lives. I've asked people to dance that said no. Grow up. We all freaking have to live through it.
I remember making this girl like bawl her fucking eyes out at my grade 8 grad because I just absolutely refused to dance with her. I didn't like her, and I don't mean like that. I just mean as a fucking person. Like I just did not like her as a fucking human being. I don't want to be close to you. And I mean, dancing, it's intimate, but not intimate in the sense of like sexual intimacy. It is intimate. I'm getting close to you. I'm, essentially being vulnerable with you. I don't fucking like you as a human being. Why would I want to be close and or vulnerable with you? And to tell me that I have to, that you know what I mean? Like you're forcing.
We control our bodies, and that's what I teach your kids. That's you
so
control
immoral.
your body.
That's
that's
so
ridiculous. I would pull my kid out of that school. Honest to God, 100%.
Now, Utah, I mean, it kind of doesn't make sense to me. I wouldn't think that, a heavily fucking Mormon.
Forced dancing.
Right? Right? Like, to me, that's weird. Like, that goes against everything I was taught in Footloose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't compute.
Yeah.
But it's dumb. Like, how can. It's along the same kind of principle, but a different story, I guess. I was reading a little while ago about how if I was single and I was in the dating scene and I didn't date somebody who was trans, then I'm transphobic. Telling me, like, essentially what I got out of that is you're forcing me to date trans people. Even if I don't like that fucking person, I still have to give them that benefit of the doubt that there might be a chance of me dating this person. It's like, well, no, you can't fucking force me to consent to dating or anything like that. You can't do that. You can't fucking like one side of your mouth
or dictate what people are attracted to.
Yeah, well, obviously you can't. Like that's a fucking.
Like, here's the thing about trans people. I'm going to say this, and I've said it before. Mm-hmm. If you're a man or a woman, or you identify as man or woman, that's well and good.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm attracted to you. I have a type. My type is dark hair and light eyes.
Yeah.
They don't have to be tall, small, skinny, fat. I don't care. That's what I usually find attractive. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean I wouldn't consider dating somebody of a different outside that type.
Nope.
But if I'm not I'm sorry, I'm not, and I'm not trying to be rude. If I met a trans man that went through the full surgery, I might consider dating that person.
Yeah.
But I also might not. I don't know because I haven't been there. But you can't tell me I have to date them because they're a man now.
See, and that's
I date what I want
to
fucking date, or I'm attracted to what I want to be attracted to.
Right, and that's my issue. It's not. It has nothing to do with the trans issue or anything like that. It's telling me that I have to. To compel me into a relationship or anything like that is just wrong. And the double speak of the whole thing really aggravates me. In one side, the same people that are saying, like, at this school that, you have to say yes to everyone that asks you to dance are probably the same people that are condemning people for a fucking sexual assault that happened 48 fucking years ago. Like it's wrong. It's fucking wrong. You can't do that. To force anyone to do anything that they don't want to do, even in the name of fucking progress and inclusiveness and the betterment of everybody, is still immoral as far as I'm concerned.
And the problem with the trans rights too is progress doesn't happen overnight.
It can't happen overnight.
Most people are accepting you as your identified sex now.
Yep.
Most people are using the gender terms that you want us to use. Yes, there's a few assholes that won't do it or won't accept you. We understand that.
Yeah.
That's progress, that people are accepting you.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody wants to date a trans man or trans woman right now, and that's their right. That's within their right. You can't force them to want to be with you. In 10 or 15 years, when your generation is grown up especially, it's not going to be a big deal, and you'll be able to date whoever the frick you want, because that's how progress works. Remember when it was disgusting to date a white person to date a black person? Now nobody gives a shit.
Oh, that was more than disgusting. That was fucking illegal, right? Like, that was fucking prosecuted.
Well, it was like, that was your mating with an animal, basically, in their minds, right?
Fucking nuts.
Now nobody gives a crap, and the most beautiful people in the world are mixed race people. So,
Yeah, it's the whole thing, like that whole sentiment just has to stop. Yeah. It's like this over coddling fucking participation award receiving kind of fucking generation is just, it's wrong. It's not correct. That is not right. Yeah. Not everybody is into everybody. Yeah. If I don't want to fucking dance with you, I don't have to dance with you. I don't care that, I don't care about any of this shit. I don't care about any of the little fucking scenarios you can throw at me in the realm of this conversation. Yeah. And there's a lot, oh, well, he's been picked on because he's gay. I don't fucking care. It still doesn't mean that I have to fucking do anything. and to tell me that I have to, you know what I mean? You're stripping me of my fucking right to choose.
Yeah.
How can you do that? How can you sit here and people, like, again, because you know these people believe they are fucking progressive.
They're forcing you to dance, whether you're a boy being asked to dance with a boy or a girl being asked to dance with a girl.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't say no.
Right? I don't agree with that.
And, you know, people, especially at that age, grade 6, grade 7, you're coming into your own sexuality. Puberty's starting. And can you imagine the teasing that you might get? Oh, you're gay now because you dance with that boy or you dance with that girl. You know, and it's a hard time. Kids that are gay, lesbian, bi, trans, whatever, they already have whatever they feel inside themselves is telling them that they're wrong to start with. You know, they don't need to now be forced to be teased publicly before they can even know what they are.
Well, and that's kind of like the weird part about this whole thing is because the way I'm hearing it, at least for myself, which I'm probably completely fucking misinformed on, but to me, it's for the inclusion of people who, you know, are probably more likely gay or trans. Right? Yeah. I can't see it being as like a racial divide. Like that just doesn't really make sense to me.
Like
it's a sexuality divide.
How it would be about the sexuality. I really kind of just think it's so nobody's left out.
Yeah, I guess it just that still doesn't really make sense to me though.
You're still not forcing my kid to dance with somebody they don't want to.
And
absolutely 100%.
So the point I'm trying to make with this though, it's like, what if said, you know, gay kid isn't comfortable? Yeah. You know, what if it is like a lesbian who you're saying, well, no, they say you have to dance with me. I'm a boy. Doesn't matter that you're not into me. The school said you have to fucking dance with me. And that makes that fucking kid uncomfortable. Then what? Then what's the double speak there? How do you fucking get yourself out of that fucking scenario?
Here's another scenario. What if you're an autistic person that doesn't like to be touched?
Boom. Right? How are you going to weasel your way out of that shit now? You know, this is creating, like, to me, this is just wrong. It's immoral. What you're doing is creating an issue where an issue shouldn't be. And I
just
get
let the kids, don't play any slow songs, play all fast music and let the kids all dance around the gym. That's what they did.
You know, you want everyone to dance with everybody, just spike the punch with some ecstasy. Those kids will be out there fucking shaking their little fucking asses all night, not giving a shit who they're fucking dancing with or anything. Boom. Inclusivity. I just solved the problem.
Solve the world. Yeah. Spike the world with X.
Yeah, just give everyone fucking ecstasy. We'll all fucking hug it out, have some really weird fucking open relationships for a bit until we come down. And yeah, we'll all feel way too awkward to ever fucking talk about it again, and life will go on.
There you go. Let's talk about this story quickly. The school in California, what's it called here? Oh, it's called California High School in San Ramon.
Okay.
They have a student council that is in charge of certain things. And at the pep rally that they've been having, the pep rallies, they're no longer playing the national anthem.
Okay.
They say the reason why is because they learned of the third verse that people don't sing anymore, which talks about the actual line is,
slave.
Yeah, no refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave.
Yeah.
The student body president, Ariana, I can't say her last name, sorry. She says no, it was not inclusive to the whole student body. Some people would be afraid of that national anthem basically because of that line. Yep. And so they're no longer playing it at functions that the student council control.
Right on, whatever. I mean, I get it. I learned about that runaway slave part in the U.S. anthem a while back now. Few years now, and I've gotten a huge fucking kick out of it. You know, there's just after we changed our anthem, there were a lot of Americans chirping in about it, and I kept saying, I'm like, do you sing the part about the runaway slave when you're at your fucking football games? What? I'm like, oh, so you don't even know your own national anthem, but you're gonna fucking talk shit about my country? Like, go fuck yourself, you dumb redneck piece of shit.
Well, like, here's the thing, let's play on the other side of that. They don't sing it for a reason, because it's not part of their society anymore. It's not part of their thoughts, their beings. You know, progress. We've moved on. We don't sing about runaway slaves anymore. So I can get protesting the national anthem, you know, take the knee if you want, like a lot of people. Don't sing it if you don't want to. Don't stand for it. Don't put your hand over your heart. But for them to just go ahead and do it without asking the rest of the students, maybe that's a little like, who are you to decide for me?
See, that's one of the sentiments right now that really do bother me, is this overbearing sense of everyone knowing better than you.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how you feel, right? As long as one person is offended, then we all have to be offended. And that sentiment,
that's not right.
That sentiment was kind of made publicly famous here, at least, when the BLM Toronto banned the police officers from marching in the parade, because that was one of the big talking points for them, is if one person in our community, the quote unquote gay community, doesn't feel comfortable, then none of us feel comfortable. Well, fuck you. Who are you to talk for me? Who are you to fucking say what makes me comfortable and uncomfortable? Maybe I am a full-blown fucking racist, and the part about the runaway slaves is my favorite fucking part of the song. Who the fuck are you to tell me that I can't fucking sing it?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that's the truth. But
no, I know it's not the truth, but it just made me laugh.
Oh, yeah, that's a disgusting thing to say, but who the fuck are you to tell me no?
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it's, for me, it's a big thing. Like, I believe in a person's...
I mean, it wasn't even like it was the school...
No, it was a student. It was the student council.
And I think if you've been elected by the students, you still doesn't give you the right to you know, make a whole sweeping decision for them. I think that should have been a little. I mean, and it costs nothing for them to do a student vote. It's paper.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Printed off, and counted. So I think they should have put that to a vote.
Yeah, no, that's just wrong. And like, I mean, again, I don't really give to. I don't put a lot of weight into the national anthems the way a lot of people do. Like, that's not where I draw my kind of patriotism from, I guess.
Yeah. Like,
play it, don't play it. It doesn't really bother me. Like, I want to see it during the Olympics and shit like that because it's international competition, and I believe, like, it really has a fucking place there. But, like, in our regular day-to-day life, like, who the fuck, like, who really cares?
I really feel, I'm one of those people. I mean, I don't get it all from there, but when I'm at a game or I'm at a thing where they're playing the national anthem, I love to sing my anthem. I love to see that flag unfurl, you know, but I'm not one of those people that have a flag out in front of my house, you know.
No, I mean, I would
too, but you have to keep it, and I'm lazy, and I wouldn't, once it got ratty, I wouldn't want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm lazy.
Oh, but that's the other thing, though. I'm not going to follow military fucking laws. Like, am I in the army? No, shut up. Like, fuck you. Your rules don't apply to me. Like,
Yeah, but once it gets ratty, you don't want it out there. That's kind of gross looking.
I'm talking like the fucking, it's got to be taken down at fucking whatever PM.
No, if I had a flag, it would be out there 24/7,
like,
wind, sun.
Yeah, I don't give two shits.
Yeah. Let's talk about this next one because it's another school. We have a lot of school stuff going on today.
Yeah.
A U.S. gym teacher is facing child abuse and assault charges after allegedly forcing a student to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. So this is in a Boulder Valley School District in Colorado. The teacher's name is Karen Smith. She's on paid administrative leave. The school policy says students can sit or stand during the pledge.
Yep.
Federal law permits it. But for whatever reason, this teacher lost her shit that day, and she grabbed the boy by the jacket, lifted him to his feet, and dragged him out of the class. How's that working for you, lady?
Yeah, really, though. I mean, the Pledge of Allegiance, I mean, it's pretty stupid anyway. Yeah. Like, no offense to any Americans that are listening, but it's pretty dumb. Like, it's a pretty, stupid fucking little ditty.
To make that pledge every day of your life through high school, like, I mean, when you become a Canadian citizen, you only have to make the pledge one time to the Queen.
Yeah.
We don't force you to do it every single day. You're making people born, raised in America, say a pledge 5 days of the week.
Yeah. All right. To a country and values that you guys don't even uphold or really give a fuck about anymore.
Yeah.
100%. To me,
100%.
the whole Pledge of Allegiance thing to me has always been kind of cringy and funny. Yeah. Like, there was a video of this one kid, I want to say high school, maybe middle school, and he was kneeling or something during the Pledge of Allegiance, that's right, he was sitting on his chair, and a kid came by and fucking swept the chair out from underneath him, caused him to fall on his ass. I pissed myself laughing. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. But at the same point, if he wants to sit, let him fucking sit.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, so his friend and his old lady were going to a hockey game. Now I was over at his house hanging out just before they left, and she was really nervous about the national anthem. I said, why? She's like, well, it took me a long time to get my hair done, and it's in a hat, and I don't want to take my hat off and ruin my hair. And I said, then don't fucking take your hat off for the national anthem. She's like, well,
Women
what if someone
almost never take their hat off for the national anthem.
Well, and she goes, well, what if someone says anything? You tell them go fuck themselves. This is a free fucking country, and you don't have to stand, you don't have to sing, you don't have to acknowledge it, you don't have to do a goddamn fucking thing. And she looks, she's like, oh, wow, that's really good advice. I'm like, now, me personally, I'd be one of those people looking at you going, why the fuck are you still wearing a hat? But I'd respect your fucking right to wear it. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, you have every fucking right to not sing, to not fucking stand. You can do the goddamn hokey pokey while the fucking anthem's on. I don't give a shit. Like, you are a free person in a free nation. You have every right to do whatever you want
to express yourself, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that our freedom of expression?
Exactly. You know, you can't tell any fucking person what they can and can't do, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. I mean, I know men remove their hats, and I understand why, and I think that's nice, whatever. But for women, I mean, women go to church and wear a hat. Why can't a woman wear a hat during the national anthem? I didn't know that women normally took their hats off for the national anthem.
I mean, how many women really wear baseball caps to begin with, though,
I mean,
right?
At the Jays game lots, but I don't know.
But yeah, no, I was kind of taken aback by her saying that. It's like, you live in a free country. You don't. Like, don't fucking take it off if you don't want to take it off. Like, no one can compel you to do so. And if anyone says anything, you just tell them, I'm expressing my freedoms, motherfucker. Suck my dick. Like, flat out. You have no right to tell me what I have to fucking do. Go fuck yourself. You know, and when people tell, when you get that old fucking cliche, but think of the troops. Fuck the fucking troops. Like
I can
honestly
support the troops. It has nothing to do with the national anthem.
No, like it's the kneeling protests in the States really kind of pointed out that kind of that way of thinking that a lot of people have, and it's like no one went to fight a war because of a bunch of fucking words sung to a melody. Like that's not the reason why.
They didn't go to fight for the flag. They didn't go to fight for the American national anthem. They went to fight terrorists, and you know,
like this isn't fucking World War II. This isn't Iwo Jima. Like it's not like they, you know, these veterans that most people are talking about now planted a fucking flag at every goddamn village that they overthrew. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here with your.
But even still, I mean, as much as that's a beautiful symbol, you know, the rising of the flag at Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
You know, and it's part of the American culture and mindset. I understand that, but I mean, those guys didn't go there for the American flag. They put it out to show that the Americans had done a good job there and conquered it, but they didn't go there for the flag. They went there to fight, you know, Japanese and Nazis from taking over the world.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. I mean, if you don't want to stand, don't stand. If you want to fucking sit. You want to sing a completely different song, sing a different song. Who fucking cares? Keep your nose out of my motherfucking business. You know what I mean? Like,
I went to the Marlies game on Sunday, and while we were in line to get in, because it was very busy there, the national anthem came on.
Yeah.
And children were singing it, and they sang the new line. Yeah. Right? And I heard everybody in the thing like, did they sing the line? Did they sing the line? And I was like, yeah, they sang the new one. I'm like, who cares? I mean, when I sing it, I'm still going to say in all thy son's command. Yeah. But I'm not going to be mad if somebody sings I'm not going to fight them in the stands if they sing the new version. I don't care that much, you know, that much to fight somebody.
No, it's a pointless matter. You know, I was saying that the entire time when everyone had their fucking panties in a bunch over it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, the words of the anthem, like, realistically are kind of fucking meaningless. The words to Canada don't really have that much of a meaning unless you're talking the French version. And again, none of y'all assholes are singing that one, so don't come to me talking about fucking, you know, don't talk to me about the original anthem was changed. Like, unless you're singing that French version, you're already singing a bastardized fucking version.
I still see at least one or two of those a day about how they're keeping, you know.
Like, fuck out of here. You're dumb. Like, it's something that I've been trying to say a lot lately. Like, be mad. If you want to be mad, be mad. I'll never tell anyone that, hey, don't get mad or upset over something that you believe is important or something that you fucking care about. You have every right to get mad if you want to get mad. Don't get mad over fucking stupidity, and don't get mad when you are stupid. You know? Well,
and this is the kind of thing that distracts from people too. Like, while you're busy hemming and hawing and fretting over the, you know, the national anthem, like, big stuff is happening in our country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb to me. It's all of it, like all these arguments, all this kind of shit is just, it's ridiculous. None of them make any fucking sense. Like, I don't know, whatever. Again, sing whatever you want. Like, sing whatever you want. And if somebody says anything, you know, punch them in the mouth. Seriously, just fucking hit the fucking idiot. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot more things to worry about.
And I've always gone, like, the Americans are definitely more patriotic than we are. I mean, I can't say more patriotic because, you know, I'm only really.
It's more like fetishized. Like they really do fetishize that flag.
Yeah, like that's actually a really good way of putting it. It's a fetish, right? Yeah. Like, but no, fuck that. If you don't want to sing the anthem, don't sing the anthem. If people want to ban it from fucking like public schools or fucking whatever.
But this is the thing about the American, and I mean, we're not anybody. We have it too.
Yeah.
They go on and on about the flag and fighting for the flag and the flag and the flag and flag, but then they're wearing like underwear and a G-string.
Well, yeah, that was another thing.
Should your G-string flag be going up your ass, really? Right. And I'm not saying we have them too. We have Canadian bikinis. We have Canadian underwear. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't care either way. You want to wear a Canadian flag on your butt? Go ahead.
Yeah, but don't fucking come at me yelling about how these assholes are disrespecting the flag.
They're fighting for our flag.
Right? Yeah, like, oh, if you kneel during a football game, you're disrespecting the troops and the flag and everything this country's... No, you wearing that stupid fucking stars and bars fucking sombrero is actually going against the flag code that you guys implemented. So, you know, suck on that one, Jerry. I don't know what Jerry. I just, you know.
Jerry's a good name. It's a good redneck name.
Yeah.
So that'll be the end of the show. Hopefully you come back and listen to us on Sunday, and Arthur and I will be back. Hopefully Ryan will be around on Monday.
Yeah.
And have a good week, and happy Valentine's Day.
Fuck your Valentines. Take care.